Today I'm going to be talking about focusing on the good, and this video is kind of hard for me and it's a little bit emotional, so I'm hoping that I don't cry during the video. But I'm just going through so much right now, and I really felt like God put it on my heart to come to you guys and talk about focusing on the good. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be here talking about focusing on the good, and today's video, it is a little hard for me because I am struggling. I'm going through so much right now, but I just feel like God really put it on my heart to come on here and talk about focusing on the good and not just focusing on the bad. When I was growing up, as a child, you think it's so when I was growing up, I didn't understand everything, and my mom was really strict. She was really a really hard parent. But when I became an adult, I understood that she didn't have the correct parenting style either. And for a long time, I was bitter, I was angry, I was hurt. I just couldn't understand, some of the things that I went through. And one day, actually probably a couple of weeks ago, God just broke it down to me in a way like, you're so focused on everything that didn't go right, but you ain't focusing on what I did do. And, with that being said, like, God, He placed like the best grandparents a person could ever ask for, in their life. And I'm gonna try my best not to get emotional, but when He gave me like my grandparents, He knew exactly what I needed. He knew the struggles that my mom had, He knew the struggles that my dad had, but He had a backup plan for me, giving me those grandparents. Like, without my parents, I wouldn't have my grandparents, and that was just such a blessing. So it just inspired me to get on here and do this video about focusing on the good, because it's so, sometimes we get so roped up in just focusing on everything that's going on around us, and we forget to thank God for His goodness. So my first point today is, don't focus on what you lost. And I'm going to be looking over to the side because I do got my notes here. But don't focus on what you lost. And that's a big one for me, because sometimes, like, okay, perfect example with my job at where I used to work when I was in MA. God, like, I really loved that place, but once COVID hit, I got furloughed, and I feel so betrayed because I had been there longer than some of the other girls, and they got to stay, but I wasn't focusing on, okay, well, maybe God is trying to set you down so you can focus on Him. You can grow your relationship with Him, and He still provided. But now, of course, hindsight, I see that, like, God, He let me be furloughed so I could have took that time out to focus on Him, because just the year before, I lost my grandmother. So I was lost in this world. I was going through so much with my marriage. Like, I was really lost in this world, and God knew the struggle of work, just it wasn't what I needed at the time. And when we was furloughed for COVID, we was getting good unemployment, but I was so focused on what they did and not focusing on what God was trying to do. So we can't get lost in what we lost. We have to focus on the goodness. We have to try to find the goodness in everything that God does for us. My second point is focus on the blessing, the way God provided a way out for you. And I can speak on that with both stories. Like, the blessing was, I took you out of one situation and put you in another situation that was even better than the first one. And we have to focus. We really have to focus on that, because we be so stuck in the past. God already up here trying to get us to get right here to the future, and we still back here worried about what didn't go right, and we're not focusing on, okay, but what's going right now? Like, what blessings are you getting right now in this moment? So that's very important to me, like, just trying to look and see all the good that God has to offer, and just being thankful for His goodness, because He really does not leave us nor forsake us, even though we may feel like it. He's the same as He was yesterday, today, and forever. So it's us, like, sometimes we allow our feelings to just take control, and God's not like that. Like he's gonna be there for you. He's gonna provide a way. So we have to focus on the blessing, not what we're losing. We have to focus on the blessing. And my last point is, it kind of just what we talked about, but it was find the good in everything and focus on the way out. God always, provides a way out of those things. Even sometimes when you're going through the storm, He's still right there with you. So to me, that's the way out. Because I couldn't imagine going through some of this stuff that I'm going through today and not have God by my side. So I just want to really, really encourage y'all to just focus on the good in everything in your life. If